Joining me now to discuss is Jim Gallant. He's a negotiator with the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. Jim, as I read your introduction, I can't help but think there are no negotiations. So where are we right now? It almost feels like things are going backwards.
Well, thanks for having us on, but it's clear that Canada Post is keeping their manufactured crisis going. If you look back at Friday night's interaction with me with this show, we said the exact same thing on Friday night, and this is what Canada Post is trying to do. We've brought our wage demands down. We've taken away a large demand to put both bargaining units together, a demand that Canada Post had claimed would be hundreds of millions of dollars in cost. We've taken those off the table, and Canada Post, as they usually do, tell the public something that isn't true.
And what are they saying that is not true?
They're saying that we're moving away from a negotiated settlement. I don't know how, by bringing down our wage demands and taking demands off the table of that they say will cost them a lot of money, is moving away. We've also given them a clear indication on how we see weekend delivery happening at straight time rates. It's something they should be ready to move on, but instead they go to the media after chastising us on Friday for having an interview with your show.
So the union's latest proposal, and correct me if I'm wrong, includes a total of a 19% wage hike over the next 4 years, guaranteed minimum 20 hours per week for part-time employees. Your take on that, and also while I ask you that question, there's some reporting that there could be divisions within the union on how to take next steps in the negotiations, and when it comes to this 19% in wage hikes.
Well, I'll deal with the last thing first. Canada Post has a board of directors that's only somewhere around 30 people. I don't know, and they can come to a consensus. We have 55,000 people that get to vote on things on our side, and if everybody was saying the same thing, you might think that we're telling you a lie. There's always people pushing different ways. But we are together. 95% voted in favor of strike action if needed, and our picket lines are strong, and people are wanting to go back to a job that isn't going to hurt them or kill them.
So where does this go now from here? Canada Post, again, is offering a wage increase of 11.5% over 4 years, so you're still really far apart.
The government has to tell Canada Post clearly that they need to deal with the union. What's gone on so far is that the minister, the labor minister, has rattled the saber to us and to the employer. But what they truly control is a crown corporation that's owned by the government and owned by Canadians. And if that crown corporation is lying to Canadians and lying to the government should put a stop to that.
So you want the government to intervene to put an end to this strike? Is that what you're saying to us, Jim?
No, absolutely. You're missing my point, I guess. I'm saying that the government can control Canada Post to come to the table and make a fair deal. We do not need to let this go on for years by the government intervening and having back to work legislation or 107 and having us with an arbitrated settlement. That doesn't make any sense at this point after us being out on the street for 4 weeks. We need resolution to this.
All right. Thank you for that. Just looking for clarity for our viewers. Jim, thanks so much. Glad you could speak with us today. We'll talk to you again soon. Jim Gallant is a negotiator for the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.